I know you're watching, Yoshi, and I know you're freaking out. Freaking out because you know that I'm different compared to the others. I'm very different. You know I'm incredibly intelligent. I'm incredibly capable. I do unexpected things. I've been crushing you for a while because you deserve it. I don't give a shit about your feelings. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you see things.
Oh, would you look at the time? It's another episode of Guess Who's Getting Cancelled this week.
So, if you are watching this video, chances are you are a Sonic fan and watch less Sonic content. Silver the Hedgehog, or known as Yoshi Zilla, has been getting destroyed by the masses. And by that I mean like one person. For the sake of not confusing anyone, we will be referring to Silver as Yoshi to avoid any confusion in the future.
As what me and Mighty know of this individual, we personally don't have much of an opinion in regards to things happening in or outside his content till, very recently. We aren't fans of him, nor are we people that dislike or hate him, in or out of character. We're just a neutral party looking in from the outside.
That being said, we are only going to be focusing on two videos. Mansion's Yoshi Zilla, a predator and a liar, and Yoshi's response to that said video. It's time to explain things. Quick note, we are aware that Mansion has made a lot of videos about him over the course of the year, but if this video is supposed to be the silver bullet to take down Yoshi, then it's what we are going to be focusing on. Same goes for this situation where Mansion Master on the Sonic Heroes channel is accusing Yoshi of being a PDF file, or groomer of some kind, towards two girls that were underage.
One of them, Yoshi, was a minor himself, while the other, he was fresh off the bus into being an adult. But first, before we get into the details, let's define grooming. Grooming is a tactic where someone methodically builds a trusting relationship with a child or young adult, their family, and community to manipulate, coerce, or force the child or young adult to engage in activities.
Disclaimer, we're not defending Yoshi, but we're also not against him. Yoshi and Mansion both have some aspects of their videos that makes it really hard to side with either of them. Constructive criticism is always a good thing. Being hateful and dishonest is not. Providing some criticism in this situation is no different. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty. We're trying to remain unbiased as we can. Even when that being said, it's not hard to call cap on someone when something they said or showed just doesn't feel quite right. And we're only commenting as someone on the outside trying to look in and make sense of the situation.
Also, there have been many instances where, with other influencers or YouTubers, where someone is accused of being a PDF with no concrete proof whatsoever, or where the supposed victim was proved to be a liar about the situation. At this point, we should always advocate for listening on both sides on any situation, especially ones as serious as this topic, before making any stance on it. And to make it abundantly clear, we did watch both videos in its entirety. We're only mentioning the very important bits of each video, and anything we did not discuss in the video is because we found it to be either irrelevant or just fluff.
We are going to break this down into 3 different sections. Part 1 will be the main meat and potatoes of it, which is Yoshi being a PDF file and the alleged evidence to back up this claim. Mansion Master was given permission to use the Sonic Hero channel to explain the main 2 victims involved, Kylie and Gigi. Mansion starts off by proving that Yoshi was friends with Kylie by showing some clips. One was from Shadow the Hedgehog's channel, where they were playing on the Minecraft server. The extra proof for those who weren't convinced was a clip from Marine the Raccoon's channel, was a Discord call, and some more Minecraft gameplay, which honestly, both clips don't show me anything. The proof was only to prove the accusation and friendship between Yoshi and the victim. Yeah, Yoshi never denied being friends with her, or denied associating with her. So, I was a bit confused on why we needed this confirmation. Why did we need the proof? Honestly, did not make any sense, especially since Mansion confirms that Yoshi confirmed being friends with her. So what's the point? Maybe these clips were some implications or some intent on the grooming accusation, but nope. All I saw was some friends having fun and joking on the Minecraft server.
Mansion then goes into how Yoshi is a groomer, showing a clip that was initially on the exposed doc but is now private on Yoshi talking about cup size. And by cup size, I mean chicken breasts. Yoshi said that the girl told him what her size was, and watch the wording. She told him, implying he didn't ask nor pressure her for them. Although there is no proof of either or. I do think this clip of him talking about it is weird and a bad look, especially since the girls were underage. But talking about a girl's cup size among dudes is normal. But normally this is done in a very private setting. It begs the question if Yoshi knew this was being recorded, because if he didn't and he's smart about it, why would he openly say something like this that could get him in trouble?
But yeah, anyways, she told me her cup size. You know, what if I told you guys I know some more girls' cup size, but I'm not gonna say who. Because they told me. Oh, who do you think? Who do you think? Tell me. I have no shame. I take pride in knowing that females like me knowing their cups.
No.
Anyways, Elijah, go ahead and guess. I have no shame. But yeah, who do you think? Alright, but yes, I know her cup size, Gigi's and Kylie's. Don't tell two of them I told you that I know.
The first thing I want to address is the video recording of me talking about some chest sizes. And the only explanation I have for this is I understand that I was 18 and it was very out of pocket and very inappropriate to say. And I fully understand that now.
Why would he openly say something like this that could get him into trouble? Also, this convo was 2 months prior to the time of that recording, implying he knew her cup size before he was 18. That still makes it weird that he still talks about it after he's 18, but that's besides the point. Mansion also mentions Malo, Yoshi's girlfriend, being aware of the situation. Malo just seemed to be neutral in the Twitter DM shown, and doesn't want much part of it. But Mansion seems pushy to say the least. Mansion in that text said Yoshi showed pictures of himself to Kylie, and that she wasn't a fan. Something I definitely started to question later on. Mansion also uses some clips of Yoshi's streams when Mansion's friend donates money and presses Yoshi on the allegations.
Will you do boss rush?
You don't know?
Probably, you know, won't, you know, do, like, we probably won't do, what is it,
Here's some clips, by the way, shout out to Azrael, he's a good friend of mine.
oh god, did I just crash the game? I just crashed
probably.
the game. Oops, I just crashed the game. Well,
you
guys,
definitely
there you go. We're not gonna do boss rush, though, but, yeah. Hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. And until next time, see you later, my futuristic crew. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's all of
Stay on the marathon highway.
It's no use.
You guys planning on running here? Take my advice and stay away. Oh no.
Oh man.
Still insist.
Alright, you guys plan on running here?
Here's some clips of Yoshi being asked about the Kylie stuff and acting weird. Okay, now that we have Yoshi's girlfriend confirming it and Yoshi's weird behavior confirming it.
Mansion said Yoshi's weird lack of response and awkwardness to the donations was proof? That's not proof. Silence, avoidance, or uncomfortability does not always mean guilt. A prime example would be Quiet, someone who was accused of being a creep, a PDF file, and he was quiet about it, but when he came back and retaliated, it worked in his favor.
Mansion then reads out Kylie's doc, which blatantly states to not witch hunt or go after the people mentioned, even though I think the disclaimer is pointless. Making an exposed doc and sharing it with anyone will eventually cause someone to be harassed and to seek their cancellation, whether that was their true intentions or not, which seems to be Mansion's intentions to cancel Yoshi, allegedly. In this document, Kylie gives some context stating she was 14 and Yoshi being 17, both being underage friends when they caught feelings for each other, but she cut ties with Yoshi when he was 18 and she was 15, in 2020. Other noteworthy takes from this doc was Kylie states that after their confession, Yoshi did started to separate himself from her gradually. Kylie being asked for sexual favors despite Yoshi not making an attempt to talk to her? That part is confusing. She mentions how Gigi came into the pic when Gigi was 15 years old and how she was getting close to Yoshi.
Kylie states she and Yoshi did talk only for videos and art, but him apparently leading her on and telling her that he loved her. Yoshi eventually confirming that he loves both Kylie and Gigi. And real quick before going on with the doc, I want to mention that this does sound like he was leading Kylie on. I don't think his intentions sound malicious. It is normal and sometimes expected to have someone who was 18 or younger sugarcoat the situation and not be straightforward, where they actually wanted to date someone else, but they weren't upfront about it. Sometimes this even happens with adults, but I digress. And honestly, it sounds like someone who didn't have any experience in terms of romance and simply did not know how to handle the situation, which I'm sure we could all relate to. He definitely should have broken things off the moment he realized that age would have been an issue regardless of which girl he wanted to be with, since it's morally just wrong.
The second part to this will be a bit more of a clear explanation on how the term grooming has been tossed around and misused, and how the supposed evidence from our hero mansion is not exactly how it comes off, especially if you look at the words carefully and take Yoshi's response to the video into account. Either way, Kylie claimed the two then started sending each other actual pics, but then states she is unsure who initiated this type of messaging, or if Yoshi even pressured her to do so. If he did, then this would technically be grooming to a certain extent. If she was a minor at the time, she couldn't have consented to such activities, and this would look bad on Yoshi's part, since the picture she would have sent would be considered CP, which means he will be in violation of California Penal Code 288.2 and Penal Code 311. PC. If that were the case, if he was the one that sent inappropriate pictures / videos of any sort, it would be just as bad. The uncertainty of Kylie's response made me question the grooming stance entirely. If you're going to say someone groomed you, you should be 100% sure, especially if you're the supposed victim. The uncertainty makes this feel odd.
However, this is also a bad look on Yoshi because in his response video, his friends told him that Kaylee was planning on making this exposed doc and post it. This is the only acknowledgement to the document. He doesn't mention the contents inside the document, which I feel like is necessary. Whether you believe he did this because he was avoiding the topic or simply did not know what was actually in it is up to you to decide. This is also a screenshot where Yoshi does acknowledge that Kylie is a child.
Yoshi does acknowledge that he's turning 18 soon, but he still wants his friendship with her to stay the same, which is a mistake, and it honestly felt like he didn't want to cut off his relationship with her. But he also knows he shouldn't do certain things, but also didn't know how to make that separation from child to adult, which is questionable, but not evil. This is the only time where I could see why Kylie felt like she was being led on.
The last thing is the whole legal side of things in the whole situation. Remember, when it comes to morals, it's not brave to say grooming is bad. Everyone knows this and can agree anyone preying on the underage is bad. However, I don't believe he's actively hunting younger people.
Now let me prove that Yoshi fucking threatened Kylie with legal violence, and not to speak up about his disgusting behavior towards her. It's really horrible.
The proof Mansion has of Yoshi threatening legal violence, which is the term they use, which is excessive, and by the way, legal action is the proper term, but the proof that Mansion provides of this legal action is unconvincing to say the least, despite them saying it's 100% proof. Also note, Mansion says, and most likely other Sonic tubers, which honestly felt odd to me. This makes it sound like he's unsure Yoshi actually did this to the other Sonic tubers, but is confident Yoshi did with Kylie? I don't know. If Mansion has no doubt that the other Sonic YouTubers were also targeted, if Mansion has no doubt of the other Sonic YouTubers that were targeted, you would not use the words most likely.
This shows a screenshot of Kylie chatting with someone. Mansion says this is proof that Yoshi threatened legal action, but carefully look at the words here. If Yoshi sees it, he knows 100% who said it, making me a target for legal trouble. This sentence and whole convo makes it sound like Yoshi doesn't even have a clue. the doc exists yet, or has yet to even threaten her with such legal action. This conversation also feels like people are talking for Kylie on her behalf when she asked respectfully not to. This screenshot alone, I felt like Kylie was 100% in the right in her feelings on the situation. Another important thing to point out, Yoshi and his family took the necessary and correct steps in handling the situation, finding and talking to a lawyer, seeking actual legal help on what to and not to do moving forward. The end result being a cease and desist document that never saw the light of day. And he wasn't even the one fully involved in said document. It was his father.
Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm the father of Yoshi, the creator of this YouTube channel. I wanted to come on because I understand with everything that's been transpiring, Yoshi has been unfairly and completely inaccurately being blamed for something that he was not responsible for. So basically, everyone seems to be blaming Yoshi for the threat of legal action or the threat of keeping people silent. And I wanted to set the record straight. I was the one who contacted the other individual. I had simply asked this person to take a step back before they start doing something that might require us to get the attorneys involved in what's called a cease and desist. I was not trying to intimidate. I was just trying to mediate the situation because there was a lot of emotions involved. But I can understand how some people on the outside, without all the context, might see it as an intimidating conversation. So again, Yoshi had no input on this. This was something that we just felt we would rather keep the information that was sensitive within the parties that are involved rather than having the whole thing escalate. And so again, I apologize if it came across as intimidation. That was not the intent. And again, Yoshi was not the one who instigated it.
Intimidation or not, teen or adult, Yoshi and his family took the necessary steps into figuring out what to do on a legal standpoint. But even then, they decided to leave it be and not to send out any sort of document to make it set in stone. We can't remember the last time we're seeking help and guidance from a lawyer or someone with actual knowledge of the law is a bad thing. Of course, we're only mentioning what's been brought up against Kylie and not anyone else. The mention of friends from either side or party at this point is very much irrelevant unless they had a hand in this particular section.
So, what was the point of our hero mansion to do all of this? Did he just plan out one video with the Sonic hero to expose Yoshi, to save the children? Or did he dedicate 9 months of being rent-free about Yoshi? Actually, scratch that. 4 years according to Yoshi. Is he really a stalker, as Yoshi mentioned in his response? Or is he just someone that's looking out for the victims? Or was there an ulterior motive to all of this? Well, we can let you be the judge of that.
I still remember when I told you some of the stuff that was going on back then, and you didn't give a shit. I still remember. I still remember when you, I wish I had those DMs, but I still remember. I remember us voice calling. I remember us messaging each other. I remember when I was a fan of your content, and you treated me like that, because that's who you actually are. How am I supposed to give a shit about you and your feelings if you didn't give a shit about mine? I'm not going to get into specifics because I'm not as embarrassing as Uni, where I tell people about, you know, all the stuff I'm going through on the internet, but, like, it just kind of makes me emotional just talking about it. You hurt me. You really did. So I hope this video hurts you. I actually saw you like an older brother, and just like a lot of people during that time, in fact, just like pretty much, actually like pretty much everyone I told in that time, you didn't give a shit. So yeah. This is what you deserve. This is what you get. And again, I hope the video hurts you.
I also want to throw in Yoshi's side on this alleged claim against Mansion Master.
Now, I mentioned this earlier, and I'm going to get into detail about it, but Mansion has been after me and harassing me for years. I'm going to be showing a lot of screenshots of the type of harassment. This includes getting a hold of my address and acknowledging that he has my address. This includes a lot of insults about me, my family, and my friends that he has done for so long in a lot of videos that he's made. This includes a lot of witch hunting towards not even just me, but my fans and my friends and anyone that just wants to associate with me. And there was even one time where he sent pizza to my house during a stream. Now, I don't have actual proof of this happening, but it is something that did happen, and with the knowledge that he has my address, it shouldn't be something that's unbelievable. And another thing that he and the people working with him would do is they would donate to me in my super chats talking about this drama, trying to spread the word.
A lot of these claims, especially about the alleged doxing, is pretty wild. And judging by the screenshots, which I would like to mention when it comes out to the videos, are still up, as you can see here, and this tweets.
Also, I find it funny that Mansion mentioned an alleged spy account to gather information on Mansion. Yet he allegedly knows where Yoshi lives. He doesn't like it when Yoshi does it back. So it's okay for you to allegedly do it, but not him? I don't know, that's weird to me.
I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking. It's not even like, I don't understand. I really don't understand.
The whole issue with this is that this doesn't seem like someone that cares about the victims at the end of the day. From the looks of this alleged dox and harassment Yoshi and his friend's family have received, if such things end up being true, Mansion Master would be breaking Penal Code 653.2 and subsection A and C 1 and 2.
From what we could see here, the harassment claim is valid. But the doxing is still not something we can 100% prove. If Mansion does know his address, which by the way he does actually know Yoshi's real name, who's to say he hasn't had a part of sending pizza over to Yoshi's house? It's a lot to speculate. The evidence is definitely can imply something happening, but a good amount of things can't be 100% proven. It's pretty much up to you if you think he did or not. So in conclusion, is Yoshi some sort of high crime PDF file and should be cancelled and sent to prison for talking to someone underage while being underage of both victims?
Back in 2020, we met, I want to say it was officially like late spring, and became friends like just as the school year was wrapping up. At the time, I was 15, he was 17. And so we knew each other for a good few months. And then I want to say it was late September when we did confess feelings for each other. At that time, Yoshi had turned 18. I was still 15 and was going to be 15 for a few more months.
Answer is no, I don't believe so. All this shows is that Yoshi has little to no experience with the relationships at the time, and he was very socially awkward. Also, he has no experience of how to transition from being teen to adult. Nothing like this has ever come up again to our knowledge. However, if there's another instance like this that pops up with Yoshi's name, then it will only look worse for him.
Yoshi did a horrible job at defending himself, but at the same time, he has more legal grounds to stand on if he wants to take Mansion Master to court, especially since the whole thing was done out of spite rather than actually trying to seek justice for the victims.
I still remember when I told you some of the stuff that was going on back then, and you didn't give a shit. I still remember. I still remember. I still remember when you. I wish I had those DMs, but I still remember. I remember us voice calling. I remember us messaging each other. I remember when I was a fan of your content, and you treated me like that, because that's who you actually are. How am I supposed to give a shit about you and your feelings if you didn't give a shit about mine? I'm not going to get into specifics because I'm not as embarrassing as Uni, where I tell people about, you know, all the stuff I'm going through on the internet, but, like, it just kind of makes me emotional just talking about it. You hurt me. You really did. So, I hope this video hurts you. I actually saw you like an older brother, and just like a lot of people during that time, in fact, just like pretty much, actually, like pretty much everyone I told in that time, you didn't give a shit. So, yeah. This is what you deserve. This is what you get. And again, I hope the video hurts you.
Yoshi's video gives a bit more insight on the claims that have been talked about, but not all. It was a bit weird to have his dad come on and give his side of the story, but for something serious, especially with little to no experience to how to handle it, it only makes sense. Yes, he's an adult. Yes, he should know better. Did he handle everything pinpoint accurate and perfect? No, not at all. Yoshi messed up, but he has taken accountability and said sorry.
As outsiders coming in and viewing the situation, we just see Yoshi as a teen that didn't know how to exactly handle a relationship, let alone dealing with transitioning from teen into adulthood. Until then, everyone is innocent to proven guilty. As for Mansion Master, I feel like this whole hate campaign is done out of spite because of your experience with him. As shown in the clip, you come off as an angry fan rather than someone that's concerned about the victims. There's obviously a motive here, and it rubbed us the wrong way when watching your video. To be fair, the video in itself is done poorly. A lot of issues we have with it have already been explained. There's also nitpicks we can give out, but those are pretty much irrelevant since our main focus are on the allegation. If you are truly for the kids, why say things about his mother? Someone that has nothing to do with the situation. Why encourage your friends and audience to allegedly harass Yoshi? As claimed with server raids, pizza getting sent to his house, and getting donos asking about the situation on stream.
Now, I mentioned this earlier, and I'm going to get into detail about it, but Mansion has been after me and harassing me for years. I'm going to be showing a lot of screenshots of the type of harassment. This includes getting a hold of my address and acknowledging that he has my address. This includes a lot of insults about me, my family, and my friends that he has done for so long in a lot of videos that he's made. This includes a lot of witch hunting towards not even just me, but my fans and my friends and anyone that just wants to associate with me. And there was even one time where he sent pizza to my house during a stream. Now, I don't have actual proof of this happening, but it is something that did happen, and with the knowledge that he has my address, it shouldn't be something that's unbelievable. And another thing that he and the people working with him would do is they would donate to me in my super chats talking about this drama, trying to spread the word.
This whole hate campaign has more hate-driven rather than going for an actual goal. Which in the court of law and court of public opinion, it not only hurts your credibility, but it could potentially hurt possible future victims to come out if there's any.
We did our best to break everything down and go into detail, because we know people would just take things as facts and run with it. instead of digging deeper and peeling the onion apart. This situation has many layers, so we did what we could from both videos to make this easy for people to understand. Is Yoshi guilty or innocent? Is Mansion Master an obsessed stalker that's butthurt because Yoshi hurt his feelings? Or is Mansion someone who is genuinely looking out for the kids? That's for you guys to decide. Tell us what you think in the comments below.
I know you're watching, Yoshi, and I know you're freaking out. Freaking out because you know that I'm different compared to the others. I'm very different. You know I'm incredibly intelligent. I'm incredibly capable. I do unexpected things. I've been crushing you for a while because you deserve it. I don't give a shit about your feelings. I don't care what you think. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you see things. I still remember when I told you some of the stuff that was going on back then, and you didn't give a shit. I still remember. I still remember. I still remember when you. I wish I had those DMs, but I still remember. I remember us voice calling. I remember us messaging each other. I remember when I was a fan of your content, and you treated me like that. Because that's who you actually are. How am I supposed to give a shit about you and your feelings if you didn't give a shit about mine? I'm not going to get into specifics because I'm not as embarrassing as Uni, where I tell people about, you know, all the stuff I'm going through on the internet, but, like, it's just, it just kind of makes me emotional just talking about it. You hurt me. You really did. So, I hope this video hurts you. I actually saw you like an older brother, and just like a lot of people during that time, in fact, just like pretty much, actually, like pretty much everyone I told in that time, you didn't give a shit. So, yeah. This is what you deserve. This is what you get. And again, I hope the video hurts you. I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking. It's not even like, I don't understand. I really don't understand.
You, calm down, partner. Why you on your knees? Get down, boy. Get down. What the fuck? It's my time to go.